2025 ended on a strong note.
Yep.
And the year ahead looks to be the momentum in terms of deals and trading. Both of those things is feeding into that bonus pool that you talk about. So in terms of the trading desks and M&A specifically, M&A has been, for investment bankers, the tepid environment that payouts have not been terrible, but you haven't seen this double-digit rise in that part of banking in a few years. Really, 2021, 2022 were like the banner years for investment banking. Now we're starting to see more momentum that bankers are getting paid for the deals that they're putting the time and energy into. And for trading, volatility has really driven up revenue across the big banks. They're fulfilling more client orders, and because of that, the trading desks are getting paid for it.
I need numbers. Like, give me an average, and then for a rainmaker like Paul, what would it be?
So average 10%, and we've been reporting for specifically JPMorgan, Goldman, Bank of America. Now, within those banks, there's some variation. We were trying to find kind of the general average. And for the rainmakers, to answer your question, some of those are going up to the 20 to, I had heard some rumors of 30% for the like real deal makers.
Give me like a dollar figure though.
So I mean, these bonuses, it really varies by bank, but
Sure.
If you think about the base salary, it's the bonus on top of your base salary that usually is the sweetest part of payout. It's going to depend on what stage of career the banker is in. If they're further along, it can stretch into the millions of dollars. And it's the bonus that could be the millions part and not necessarily your base salary. So again, that's the performance-based. How did your year end up? And then your salary is just the thing that's on the bottom of it.
What has changed since my day was my bonus was 90 to 95% of my year-end comp. My total comp was my bonus. So your salary was like 5-10% of your total take. Now that's changed. It's a higher percentage now.
Your salary was your beer money.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's exactly right. But you try to live on your salary and you save your bonus. That's what. Or if you're other way, you just blow your bonus. But with 4 kids, I was in the save mode. But has that changed? Is there a higher base now these days? Maybe a lower percentage?
I do think that, I mean, that percentage that you just shared, I think the percentages, yes, have grown where bonuses are not 95% of your pay. That being said, the shift is still towards bonus over salary for many of these firms. And again, that is why there's the incentive to work hard, that phrase of eat what you kill.
Yep.
Is the bonus also a retention sort of thing, that retain your talent? You know, you don't want to lose this guy woman to some other firm.
So that's a huge, that's like the fine line that the banks need to walk, is you want to pay your best talent, but they're also under a lot of pressure to keep their expenses in check. When these are public companies, they're reporting to their analysts and to the investor community and saying, hey, this is how much money that we're making. The profit that the banks made in 2025 was the strongest that we have seen in a while. So presumably they should be able to pay out their people for it, but they don't want to pay out so much that then their expense line is going to be under scrutiny and they're going to be held to a higher standard in future quarters, where they're going to start answering questions like, why is the expenses much higher than you projected or you have talked about in previous quarters.
I'm going to develop an AI model to come up with the calculation for bonuses.
I'm sure that this is something that, they've already implemented for that.
For the junior bankers listening out there and watching, here's the strategy. You go in with your deal sheet. This is the fees I generated this year. You got to pay me. As more important than that is going with the deal sheet for next year. These are my anticipated fees that I think I'm going to bring in. And you don't want to lose me. You don't want to make me unhappy, because this, I think I can bring in.
It's all about the year ahead.
And that's how you do it. So real quick, 30 seconds. The European banks don't pay as much as the U.S. banks, right?
Not typically, but that's just because when you think about the U.S., you have the New York market, so you're going to see higher salaries. And the U.S. banks, I think, are on a stronger foot right now in terms of the profit that they're pulling in. So those are the kind of the things you need to think about.